Last September, a man barged into a Cedar Rapids apartment where he stabbed a woman and where police then shot and killed him. That bloody attack left a bloody mess. Now the question is, who pays for cleaning it up? A TV9 viewer reached out to I-9 for an answer. Now here's what police say happened. Markel Bivens, who was 25, was fighting with Ray Lynn Finn at the Valley High apartment complex on Edgewood Road in Cedar Rapids. At one point, Finn ran into a neighboring apartment, but Bivens followed and stabbed her several times in the face and neck. Two police officers who responded shot Bivens because they say he did not stop when they ordered him to. Bivens died, but Finn survived. TV9's chief investigative reporter Josh Scheinblum looked into why the couple who lived in the apartment where this happened had to live in a crime scene for months.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
It's 1735 Edgewood Drive, apartment number 30.
September 12, 2016, chaos at this Cedar Rapids apartment complex. A man with a knife is chasing his girlfriend.
I was minding my business, typing my homework, finishing. I hear the door open.
The girlfriend, running for her life, enters the home of Norma Solis Gonzalez, her fiance Jose Alquilar, and their kids.
By the time I got up, he was already inside my apartment with a kitchen knife. He just made like a quick move on me, and he just like grabbed her and shoved her by the couches. And he kept stabbing her multiple times.
Police followed.
They did taser him and they shot him. He wouldn't stop.
The aftermath was a bloody mess that this family says the landlord, One Property Management, refused to clean up.
The next day when this happened, he said that it was my responsibility to take care of it.
We checked. Iowa law requires landlords to keep apartments safe and fit to live in.
The landlord has an obligation to maintain fit and habitable premises. They also have an obligation to comply with all health and safety codes.
Norma says managers at One Property did eventually change their mind and agreed to clean up. 2 weeks later, Norma and Jose got the go-ahead to move back in. But what they found behind their door was nothing short of unsanitary.
You can still smell the blood.
Jose shot this video of what the apartment looked like when they returned.
There was still spots, stains, there was stuff in the walls and everything. They didn't clean it.
Short on funds, Norma and Jose say they didn't want to break their lease. So despite the bodily residue, they still moved back in, all the while begging One Property to get rid of the blood. Finally, after 80 days of living in a crime scene, they had enough. They sent a letter to One Property informing them they were leaving for good.
I told them plenty of time to move me to a different location.
Yeah.
As to stay in the same lease, but they never did.
Norma and Jose thought their nightmare was finally over, but then they began receiving letters. One sent December 8th acknowledges receiving their note to vacate, but goes on to demand they pay at least 3 months' worth of rent. This is where it gets confusing. While One Property Management is listed as the landlord, this man, Darren Garman, actually owns the apartment building. The website for his company, Heartland Investment Real Estate, describes him as the unofficial record holder of most apartment buildings sold and a tenacious self-promoter. In mid-May, Garmin sent Norma and Jose this signed letter threatening to take them to court for $5,200 in unpaid rent/other charges to our company. The judgment would remain a public records black mark for you. He goes on to threaten to garnish their wages. It's the first time Norma says she'd ever heard of Garmin, and he's not listed anywhere on the lease. That's when she called us. We stopped by Garmin's office in Marion to find out if he planned on following through on his own words, but no one was there, so we tried reaching him by phone.
Hi, this is Darren Garmin, and thanks for calling. Sorry I can't take your call right now.
When we couldn't get a hold of him, we stopped by One Property Management and met Veosa.
I'm not comfortable discussing what happened previous to my employment.
But you're comfortable doing work with a company who's threatening to sue a family for $5,000 for unpaid rent for not cleaning up a crime scene. Am I understanding that correctly?
I have no comment.
One Property's website says Veosa is the property manager, part of the group since last year.
So who's the landlord?
That would be me currently.
So you currently, as the landlord, are responsible for cleaning up a crime scene mess. Would you agree?
Josh, I'm really not comfortable discussing this with you.
Would you live in a home that smells of rotten flesh? Would you force a family to live like that?
Thank you, Josh. It was nice speaking with you.
We did eventually get in touch with Darren. He didn't feel comfortable going on camera with us, but over the phone he did tell me this story is all one big misunderstanding.
It was really a clerical error and a mistake on our part.
And not only does he say he will not be taking Norma and Jose to court, but they would be returned their $250 deposit.
I'm more than happy to get them their deposit back when they want it.
I spoke with Norma today, and she told me they have received their deposit back. Josh Scheinblum, KCR, GTV 9 News.